Probably, yes.
What did Scooby snacks taste like?
That's actually a great question. There you go. Put that on eBay, put yourself through college. No, I'm not kidding, go to college. You know what's funny is that when we did the movie, they came to me and said, what do you want? And they put it together with oats. And they tasted terrible. I like your wig. It is a wig. Ready?
Matthew, what favorite part?
You are my favorite part.
What favorite part about being Shaggy? I don't know.
I have to tell you, that was my favorite thing I've ever seen. My favorite part about playing Shaggy is honestly that. What you just did. The fact that I get to play a character that I grew up with, that I loved, and now that you love, makes me very, very happy. Like, dude.
Hi, my name is Cameron. Why is Scooby Doo so important to you?
He's my best friend. And I love him.
Could you please do the Shaggy voice?
I will do anything you want. I am putty in your hands. Any child, come to me, I will take you home. I will feed you, and I will send you to college. As long as you watch Monday at 7 o'clock. That's different. All right. So the voice, when I first started to do the voice, because I'm not a voice actor, and I do want to say this, is that Gray Delisle, who does all that singing, she plays Daphne, is amazing. She does Wow Wow Wubsy, she works all the time. She's well on her way to being a legend, and Minnie Cohen is also fabulous. But the other characters on our show are amazing. But when I came on to do the movie, I had never done the voice. The voice to me was something I've never done impressions, and so I first started to do the voice. How I did it was I'd scream myself hoarse, because it's like that scratchy voice on your horse, and like you talk like this, scream, 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 and then your voice would sound terrible, and that sounded a lot like Shaggy. But having to do it, the movie took 6 months to do, and you can't scream yourself hoarse every day. So if you find the place on your voice where the break is, your bass is here, and then you go in your falsetto, and then there's that break. So if you start high and go, here, and there's that little break right there, that's where Shaggy lives. So like, dude, if you're gonna do it, you gotta go up and down, up and down. Scooby Doo.
Unfortunately, I can't be that cute, but...
Sit down!
But, a long-time fan, and I love the show. It's just, I fell in love with the show all over again, and I want to thank you guys so much for, bringing the show back to life. What I noticed, what I love about this show is Scooby Doo characters are always so flat. They almost had no personality. How did you guys come across deciding, who would be what, and Fred would be obsessed with traps? I mean, he's dumb and he was the smart one. Like, how did you come to these decisions?
I don't think Fred's dumb. I think Fred's really naive. And Fred has a great heart, and Fred loves his friends and would do anything for his friends. But he just is really naive. He has no idea. Like in this episode, he becomes aware that he has feelings for Daphne that are different than he has, feelings for his other friends. But he has no idea what that means, and he struggles with it, and it's fun to watch.
Yeah, I think we always thought that Fred had a very simplistic view of the world, which was that he would be with his friends forever. They would, after high school, they'd all go to college together, and after college, they'd all live in the same house together forever. And their lives would always revolve around solving mysteries and for Fred building traps. And throughout the show, he starts to sort of realize that maybe there's a few other things in life besides those two things.
But what about the other characters? Like,
for Velma, right off the bat, we wanted to make Velma a little bit more, I was just describing it to somebody, believe it or not, we wanted her to be the sort of kind of really cute Comic-Con kind of girl with like the glasses, who sort of, that was honestly what we said when we first sat down to talk about it. We were like, let's make her be that Comic-Con girl who's like kind of cool and hip, and she's into underground music, and she's really got a, an edge to her. And then, which the moment we figured that out, that she was going to be that way, because very early on, we were like, we want her to be having this relationship with Shaggy, and we wanted Shaggy to be the kind of guy who's never really had a girlfriend before, and this is sort of his first girlfriend, and he really doesn't know how to deal with it. And up until this point, his best friend in love and life has always been his dog, So how would a guy like that react to a girl who is, she's a little bit more aggressive, clearly more aggressive than he is.
And especially Scooby Doo, Where Are You? If you go back to the first show, was a little bit edgy and a little bit aggressive. So we just kind of turned that knob up.
Yeah, and as for Daphne, we kind of gave each character one word, and for Daphne, it was she was the heart. She is the sort of heart and soul of the group. She is Daphne's just a good person. She comes from if you watch the other episodes, you'll find out she comes from a very wealthy family. She has 4 sisters who all start with D words. They're like Delilah and whatnot, and they're all perfect. One of them is an astronaut, one of them is a race car driver, one of them is a general in the army, and one of them is a surgeon. And so her parents look upon her as she has to follow in the lineage. And they don't understand at all why she's chosen to devote her life to mystery solving, and especially to somebody like Fred, who to them is of a lower stature. So she's really sort of the sweet soul of the group, and kind of the glue to me that binds them all together.
And we also like that Daphne's smart, Daphne finds clues, Daphne isn't scared of anything. Like, she's kind of the least cowardly character in the show. There's been a lot of different versions of Daphne over the years, and this Daphne is a little bit different. But we wanted her to be both like caring, smart, and brave, and she kind of comes across that way if you watch all the episodes.
Next question.
Hi, this is for Matthew. Is it okay if I call you Scooby? I mean Shaggy.
Is it okay if you what?
Is it okay if I call you Shaggy?
You can call me anything you want.
Thanks. On the number 2 movie of Scooby Doo, The Monsters Unleashed. Were you actually strong in there when you were really dumb and Scooby was this Einstein person and stuff?
Do those look small to you?
Take that as a no.
What's up, kid? I will see you afterwards in the car.
Okay, this one is for Matthew.
We're all for Matthew.
Were you completely unaware that you were going to voice as Shaggy for this, or no? Considering you did Shaggy already.
Well, they had asked me to do Abracadabra Do was the first thing I ever did with the team, other than the movies. And the movies and the cartoons were separate worlds. So when I came on board for that first movie, I said to them, I would like to play in the future when Casey is done doing the voice. I would love to be considered to be the voice from now on. I love the series. I love what it's done for me in my life. I love the character. I think it's an iconic character.